All right, guys, let's talk about how to structure your GRE argument essay. All right, so I've been super excited to answer this question because not only have I been teaching the GRE essays for 5+ years for Kaplan, but I've also taught rhetoric and composition at Penn State, and I've written professionally for Science News. So these essays have a special place in my heart, and they often get neglected, and so I really want to make sure you guys are set up and ready to go for the argument essay. All right, so before we know how to structure the essay, we have to know what are the essay graders looking for, because that's going to determine what we do, right? How we develop and write our essay. All right, so what are they looking for? They're looking for 5 key things. First, they're looking to make sure that you respond to the specific instructions of the prompt. Second, they're making sure that you understand. They want to see that you understand the complexities of the argument. All right. Number 3, they want to make sure that you understand how to organize your essay into discrete paragraphs. All right. Fourth, they want to make sure that you guys know how to use evidence and examples to support your position. And finally, they want to make sure basically that you avoid a grammatical tragedy. You can have a few grammatical errors, but they just want to make sure that it's, for the most part, written grammatically well. Okay? All right. So how is that going to determine how we structure our essay? Well, I give all my students a template for both the argument and the issue essay, and I'm going to kind of run you guys through the template by way of those major things. Okay? So with the intro paragraph, guys, you want to quickly show the essay graders right away, get off on the right foot and say, I understand what I'm doing here, I know what the task is, and I understand the complexities of this argument. So guys, the task in an argument essay is to understand what the author is concluding, what the author is using to support that conclusion, and to uncover the underlying assumptions. Right? So the way you're going to structure your intro paragraph is right away you're going to say, hey, the author concludes this. Now they know you know what a conclusion is. Now they know you know what this specific conclusion is. The author uses this as evidence. Boom, another keyword. Keywords are like catnip for the essay graders. Throw as many of these important keywords in there as you can because they're going to love it. Okay? So first the author concludes, the author uses this as evidence to support that conclusion, and then your thesis statement, guys, really shows them you know what are the specific instructions of the prompt. However, the author makes several major assumptions that need to be addressed before the decision maker, whoever it might be, could accept or reject the argument. And so once you've done that right off the bat, the essay grader feels at home, they feel safe, comfortable, they're like, this person knows what he or she is doing, I can just sit back and watch them do their thing. All right, so let's real quickly run through what your body paragraphs are going to do. They're each going to be centered around a core assumption. So you're going to say, first, the author assumes. Strong active voice, say what a major assumption is that the author makes. And then talk about what would be the impact if that assumption proves to be not true, if it proves to be false. I use the 3 F's as my transition keywords for the body paragraphs. First, furthermore, finally. First, the author assumes. Furthermore, the author assumes. Finally, the author assumes this. Give them the assumptions, support those assumptions with evidence and examples, develop your ideas, develop your thoughts. Finally, guys, the conclusion, they love this move. There's something we want to do in every piece of rhetoric, and it's called establishing ethos, establishing credibility. It's basically a fancy word for saying don't look like a jerk. So what you want to do at the end is, again, remind them you understand what the task is. So you want to say, look, I can concede that what the author has presented is potentially a good idea. Now you don't sound like a jerk. But then what you want to quickly do is return to your central idea, recapitulate your thesis, which is, you know what, the author makes potentially a good point here, but we still don't have enough evidence, enough information to conclude that this is the best way to go. That's a real quick look at how to structure your argument essay, guys, but I hope to see you soon for some more input into the issue essay. Bye.